Good morning. What's popping, y'all? How's everybody doing this morning? I know I'm running just a tad bit late this morning. Let me try to get everything set up here. How's everybody out there doing? Hopefully everybody's making some good got their money out there, whatever it is that you might be doing. I know I got a lot of my Uber driver buddies, so I appreciate yous. And let a few people get in here. And we're gonna get started with this today. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I got 3 comments in here I didn't even know. Hustling Buddha. What's good, man? What's up, buddy? How are you this morning? Did you see, bro? What up, Ryan? Bro, they're trying to take us down, man. They're trying to hurt us. They're trying to hurt us. I don't know why they're trying to hurt us, but they're trying to hurt us. Oh, let me see what's going on over here. Oh, man. Been a slow morning. Something just happened. Oof. Wow. Market's already dumping a little bit, and it hadn't even opened yet. We'll get ready to open up here in a minute. And I'm already seeing a little bit of of movement here. I don't need that. There you go. Look at that. 5-minute chart, MNQ. Oh, I gotta set this chart up for you guys. Wait a minute. What the hell? Hold on. There it is. Okay, boom, there we go. All right, now you guys can see the chart. Now you guys can see what's going on. There it is, MNQ. This is the micro contracts for the NASDAQ, which Tesla is still a part of. And NVIDIA hasn't been now for quite a little while. They switched over to the S&P. So, but let's see what's going on here. Let's get some points of interest in here on this chart. Which chart are we on to? Oh, this is the volume. Yeah, I don't like this one. Let's go to my ICT pivots. Let's switch it over. There's the MNQ. All right, now we got some stuff in set up, ready to go. In case you guys don't know, we are going to wait for that first 5-minute candle to develop. That's what we do here. I am on my paper trading here, but I can show you guys with my evals where the one eval that I'm trading, I haven't touched in a week. It's still sitting at plus 1,300. But my other eval, I didn't take a trade yesterday. Yesterday was President's Day, so the markets were half open. And I was tired. Did not feel like it, so I didn't mess with it. But what I did do here, let's hide this stuff. But what I did do was last night when I got home, I sat down. I traded a little bit of the Asian markets. I've been following this other guy online a little bit, not following his trades, just following his channel. He's not monetized yet. He'll get there. Is RAM. He'll get there. Smooth Trader. A couple of these guys are really good. So birds of a feather, brother. They flock together. As you guys can see, I don't want to spill my coffee, but we got a full cup. We got a full cup today, y'all. Listen, have you guys been noticing and Buddha brought this to my attention. Have you guys been noticing the Tesla hate? Have you guys noticed how many people, even some in the chat, especially on the garage, a lot of Tesla hate, man. We're gonna knock out this first 5-minute chart. Let's see. So that should be a green. That'll indicate the top of the 5-minute range. This will indicate the bottom of the 5-minute range, which would be red. And then we'll have our orb for the morning. But we got to let it finish out here. We got to get the first 5 minutes in. We're only 2 minutes into the market. Have you noticed the Tesla hate lately, man? It's like people, bro, they're just going off. Before the current administration was elected back into office, everybody on the right, they were Elon superfans. They were Elon superfans until he bought Twitter. They were Elon and Tesla superfans because of the Green New Deal. They loved Tesla and all that Tesla was bringing to the table. Half of them owned Teslas because it fit their agenda. Now, fast forward a little bit, he buys Twitter. Elon Musk buys Twitter. All of a sudden, now the right's like, hold on. Hey, no, we don't want you to do that, sir. No, leave Twitter alone. That's our megaphone. That's our mouthpiece. You can't have that. And Elon was like, well, why not? This is America. I earned my money. I didn't steal it. And Elon didn't steal his money. He earned it. And so now all of a sudden, it's the same thing what they did to Trump, right? When before Trump came down the escalator, the right loved Trump, absolutely loved him. And as soon as he came down that escalator and said, I am announcing my run for president of the United States. All of a sudden, the right, no, that's not good. That's not good. And this, and I'm going to tie this in, but this goes way, way farther, deeper and down, way beyond Lyndon Johnson and his bullshit. It just goes way, 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 way back. Right. So anyway, so get where we are now. And so now we have people protesting Tesla because Elon Musk who was always a Democrat, a liberal, was always a progressive because the progressive fits his narrative and his thinking for the future, right? Notice my Gavin Newsom, Hakeem Jeffries movement here. Anybody who does all this shit all the time, don't trust him. Side note, who's more untrustworthy? Someone who has to compartmentalize every single thing they say, looking like an ancient Chinese kung fu movie, or a fast talker? Let me know in the comments. Do you trust a fast talker, or do you trust somebody who does this every time they got something to say? Which one is it? I am curious. You remember the old Chinese movie? Well, if you're my age, you remember the Chinese movies because they would be like, yes. Anyway, I don't know if they could get away with that today. Could they make those movies today? It's a lot of shit. See, y'all getting me out of whack here. All right, hold on. We gotta hold on. Let me set up the chart. Okay. 5 minutes good. That is not good. There's that. Yep, that's good. Okay, we can break this down into a 1 minute chart now. And there we go. All right, 1 minute chart is set up. These are just little levels I was looking at. I could actually get rid of them. I don't need those levels today. We can just trade strictly off. And this is my paper trading account because this is not financial advice. Don't do what I do. But trust me, I got my good stuff over here. This is my good stuff over here. Things I need to see as far as trading are over here. This is just for entertainment purposes only. See the thing down there? It says not financial advice, but have a coffee anyway. Anyway, bro, it's amazing to me how now that Elon is part of Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. And I think people are really messed up with what it is. Elon's working for free. Same as President Trump. No paycheck. Paycheck gets donated, whatever. All of the employees of Doge, which is an official government agency now because the president made it so, and there are dozens and you go back into the U.S. history, there are dozens of agencies that were never voted on or instituted by Congress. See, we'll get to that in a minute. I'm all over the place with this because these are the things that I think about. We get caught up in our own little Uber worlds, right? And what Uber's doing, what Lyft's doing, what DoorDash is doing, that we just don't look at the bigger picture sometimes. We're so minuscule in the grand scheme of things, although that minuscule to us is the entire world. But what they do out here in the big world affects us down here in the minuscule world. Anyway, all those people working for Doge are government employees. So that means they all have top-level security clearance. Elon Musk has top-level security clearance issued to him by the former president, Joseph Biden. Again, the right. Oh, you're going to buy Twitter? No. You can't take away our megaphone. He came in there. He cut all the wasteful bullshit out of Twitter. I got back on X. There are some people on X. There are some things I see on X I don't want nothing to do with. But you know what? You have the right to free speech. You have a right to self-expression. As long as, and this is a kicker, as long as you're not physically hurting anyone else. Physically hurting anyone else. You understand? And that's the beautiful thing about it. In this country, you have these rights. But the right, oh man, anytime you threaten somebody's power, i.e. their money, their perceived power, they get all pissed off. You look at Elizabeth Warren. That woman is as dumb as a box of rocks. She is nothing more than a propped up puppet that's been propped up since the day she was born. And I bet she was an ugly child. I know she was an ugly child. And I'm not talking about her physical looks. You can just tell with certain people. Her husband is probably, he's as bad as what Harris's husband was. Just a yes, dear, yes, dear, yes. You know those weak ass men. Yes, dear, yes, dear, yes, dear. You know what? I won't even call them weak men. Weak people. Those are the type of people that want to be dumb. The point is, Elon came in, cleaned up Twitter, turned it into X, and now both sides can be heard. You choose to follow it, you choose to follow it. Now he gets on board after the unfortunate passing of his son, realizes what the hell's going on. Now he gets on the side of, not necessarily of Trump, but on the side of the more conservative. Hey, I've woken up. I see what you're doing. And when you wake up and you see what people are doing to you, you tend to be the opposite of what your fan base was. Remember what AOC did? I don't know if she still has her Tesla or not, but remember what AOC did? As soon as Elon bought Twitter and told her to shut up, I got to get rid of my Tesla. Remember Alyssa Milano? I got to get rid of my Tesla. I'm going to go buy a Volkswagen, a Nazi company. Y'all tripping with them Volkswagens, man. It ain't even 100 years since Hitler and the Third Reich. Ain't even 100 years. And we've forgiven, not we, but the majority of people have forgiven all those German companies that were created out of and born into necessity to support the Nazi regime. But I see Volkswagens out there all the time. It's amazing to me, bro. But yet other things in life, right? They killed millions of people. They were hauled around in Volkswagen trucks. Y'all still driving Volkswagens. That's all I'm trying to say. Listen, Ryan, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying it's okay to forgive. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to forgive. And I get all that. But the right is, they're vicious in the sense of slavery ended 250 years ago, right? 250 years ago, 300 years ago, whatever it was. It's done. But they'll never let you forget it. But yet they want you to forget Volkswagen, which has acquired Audi and all these other companies. Now they got a big stake. Did you know Volkswagen has a huge stake in Rivian? Just gave Rivian $4.5 billion to bail them out. I keep telling you all about these EV companies. Their biggest mistake was they never thought about us, the consumer. They only thought about how much money they can make. They didn't build an infrastructure to support it. So now You got all these companies that killed 7 million fucking people. Oh, it's okay. They've changed. But when it comes to this country and the history that this country has, hang them up, string them up, put them in the town square or lynch them to death. That's what they do. This is the right. And listen, the left is a bunch of spineless cowards. 100%. But we're not getting into the political aspect of it in the sense of the parties themselves. I don't belong to a party. I know y'all might think I belong to a Republican Party. I don't. I don't belong to anybody's party. But what I will say is this. What they're doing yesterday, President's Day, they had all kinds of news reports come out. You had all kinds of protests. I watched this one video clip. I wish I still had it. I watched this one video clip of where this family was inside a Tesla dealership looking at a car. Just looking at a car, man. A mom, a dad, and a child. I'm assuming they're a family. And then you've got these white liberal protesters protesting again. And yes, I say this for a reason. You have this white liberal protesters outside of the Tesla dealership banging on the glass. Just banging on the glass. Cussing the family out. The one dude is heard in there, F you. Yeah, you. F, in front of their kid. In front of their kid. You loved the guy 3 years ago. Now you hate the guy and you want to see him go away. I don't understand it. So how does that work out for stock price? Because this is where the hypocrisy comes in. If you're a Tesla holder, if you're a Tesla shareholder, you ain't budging, bro. You're DCAing. You're DOS collar averaging all the way through all the bullshit, and you've been doing it. I know some people. You've been doing that. That's the smart move. They're going to be the world's first $10 trillion company, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Every time they dip, I'm trying to find extra pennies to buy a piece, even if it's a fractional share. Whatever I can do, because I ain't got much. But whatever I do have, if it's $10, it's $10. I don't care. For me, that works, And so we look at the market here. The market really ain't doing much today. 22,205. I haven't looked at any news. Let's see what news is out there. Wall Street set for higher open with Fed policy, Trump tariffs. We're going to talk about Trump tariffs in a minute. Well, if they're set for a higher open, and we're already down on the NQ about 30 points, 40 points, something like that. Let's see. High today is 68. And we're down 68 points. It ain't no big deal. For those of y'all who don't know, the NASDAQ can move 300 points like that. Anyway, the point is, they hated the guy. They loved the guy, and then they hate the guy. Now we're seeing, and let me bring this up. I need to bring this up because this is the right thing to do. Sorry. Let's get to the window. Here we go. Let's get into some of this news for a quick hot second. I want to bring y'all this news. Quick hot second. Let me blow that picture up a little bit. Look at this. This is generated by Google. All you guys got this on your Google page, your Google News. Big Tesla China news, right? Let's see. Stock futures rise to kick off shortened trading week. Yeah. Protesters gather in downtown Toledo to oppose Trump and Musk. Local group protests DC happenings and Elon Musk. Kansas protest march. Democratic governor sound alarm on federal Doge operations. Y'all know they're getting pissed off at Doge because Doge is finding the garbage. They're finding the bullshit. Right? Did you guys see the thing yesterday? On they're already looking at Social Security. Where do y'all see that? Wait till that comes out to the public. And the mainstream media won't talk about it. Here we go. Here's some more things. Sheryl Crow waves goodbye to tow Tesla car after slamming President Musk. Sheryl Crow. FCC chair mocks Sheryl Crow over selling. If you think by selling your Tesla, you're hurting Elon Musk, you got nothing coming. If you think by boycotting Uber, listen to me now. If you think by boycotting Uber and you're not going to drive anymore for Uber, you're hurting Uber, you got another thing coming. If you think you're pissing Trump off by saying, oh, he's not my president, you got another thing coming. The only way you make a difference, and the left showed you last presidential term. Y'all remember that Bud Light deal? Y'all remember the Bud Light deal with Dylan, whatever his name is? When he came out, he was the Bud Light guy. All of a sudden, he had his face on a Bud Light can, and people didn't like that shit. What happened? Bud Light, stock price, everything crashed. That's how you hurt companies. You don't hurt companies by that protesting don't work. In the gig space, look in the gig space. Look in the gig space. How many protests have drivers done? How many? And what has changed? How many protests have happened and what has changed? Not a damn thing. If you do not hit them in the pocket, nothing changes. I used to teach. I used to be part of an apprenticeship program, my former job that I retired from, right? I used to be part of an apprenticeship program. And so my local union sent me to Marshall University. Y'all know Marshall University, Thunder and Hurd, West Virginia. He sent me there to learn how to become an adult educator. And, several years that I had to go, and then classes or whatnot that I had to take, original part of the online education experience, and then a couple of weeks every summer for residential. Anyway, one of the courses I used to teach was OSHA 500 and OSHA 501. I was a 32-hour instructor, means I was there. I was that guy. I could give you your 4-hour certs, your 8-hour certs, your 16 certs, and your 32 certs. I could teach you all about safety with scaffolding, forklifts, propane, aerial lifts, egress, you name it, right? Front to back, left to right. Book this thick. OSHA standards, this thick. And I say that to say, after all of that, the first thing I learned, or my biggest, let me rephrase, my biggest takeaway from those books, until enough people die, or it costs the company enough money, nothing changes. It's only when the cost of doing business requires a standard. In other words, there's a threshold. And I've always said this with Uber and Lyft. I've always wondered, what's their threshold? At what point do the lawsuits cost them too much money? It's a real honest question. At what point do they say, all right, we got to stop doing this? All right, we can't get away with this no more. And I bring that up because I know a lot of you guys are rideshare drivers. I'm a rideshare driver. I'm a dumbass retired Uber driver. That's what I am. And I'm proud of it. But here's the thing. Just like OSHA, just like Uber, just like Lyft, just like DoorDash, right? With the federal government, $36 trillion in debt. At what point do you say, okay, enough is enough? And so now you got a guy like Elon teaming. Now, and understand, Elon's not calling the shots, bro. Y'all got it twisted. Elon's not calling the shots. The president of the United States appointed him, asked him to do a job. Doge was created. They hired all of these young people, technically savvy young people. They know how to do this stuff way better than I'll ever know. And now they're going in and they're finding all the spiders, all the roaches. They're finding all the roaches and where all that money is being funneled to. Listen, they're at the IRS now. They're getting into Social Security. They're going to go to the Pentagon. The Pentagon hasn't passed an audit in who knows how long. But the Pentagon gets our biggest budget. Imagine what they're going to find there. Defense contractors. Y'all want to know why eggs are $12 a fucking dozen? That's why. So how much is enough? And this time around, the president is going to find out, okay, enough is enough. Because I truly believe, whether y'all like him or hate him, I could care less. His policies work. Y'all worried about what he does in his off life? I ain't hear none of y'all talking about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Where was all the Monica Lewinsky fans? Everybody said, oh, she's such a whore. She's such a bad person. She was 23 years old and impressionable. As if y'all asses wasn't. As if I wasn't at 23 years old. I had done served did all that time. Saw things y'all don't want to see. By the time I was 23 years old, already had 2 kids with a 3rd one on the way and married a few years. Don't talk to me about, I was at 23 with all that worldly experience. Foolish and impressionable. Now, you got Doge digging in. The latest on Twitter, and I should have downloaded the goddamn thing and I didn't do it. The latest on Twitter is they're looking at the age groups for Social Security benefits. They got people in there 900 years old. What, is Moses getting a Social Security check? Is Moses getting a Social Security check? I want to know. And then you look at all of these idiots, right? This is awesome what they're doing. This is the Intercept. This is the way to stop Elon Musk. I'm just reading y'all headlines. Here's how much range this Tesla Model S has after 250,000. That's an interesting thing there. We might do that on the other channel. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, y'all, at the end of the day, and I'm going to bring back up my trading chart because I'm kind of looking at it, but I'm not looking at it because I'm here with y'all this morning, man. It's Coffee with Kuzz, bro. And I'm going to say what's on my mind. And I hope everybody is there. Let's see. I got to go through I haven't even looked at let's go through the chat real quick. We got a few people here. What's good, Vinny? All right. What's up, Buddha? Ryan, Traveler, Accounting Tom. What's up, brother? It's good to see you that you're doing okay. You know I'm in the office today. That's all right, bro. We're all in the office. We're all in that office, homie. Mr. D out of Denver. I was watching a documentary on YouTube about how people used to cheat on bowling. It said that they used to melt half their balls in acetone to make one side softer. What's your experience, Vinny? You really want the answer to that question, Derek? So I knew the guy. I worked with the guy who was the first guy to soak his bowling ball in acetone. He changed the game. Oh, man, I'm looking right at him, and I can't think of his name. That's so sad. I know him. His son still bowled on tour. I remember meeting these guys. And what it was is, so bowling balls back then was a very, very hard, it wasn't even resin, but they would soak the bowling ball cover to make it a little softer. And what happens is it's like any surface. There's little, textures to the surface. So what would happen is when the bowling ball would come off the oil that's laid over the lane that helps the ball slide down. But then again, a lot of people don't realize the oil is there to protect the lane, not necessarily to make the ball skid. In the beginning, the ball would skid anyway. When it was wood, when it was, the hard plastic, and then they went into what they called urethane. When the plastic balls were getting soaked in the acetone, it would create a softer shell. Now, when that ball would skid through the head into the oil, through the oil, catch that dry part of the lane, you would start to see a little movement on the ball. And then you could spin the ball, right? You could hook the ball. So, what was it? Well, it wasn't illegal. It was not illegal at the time. I swear to God, I can't think of his name. I'm looking right at his face. He wound up becoming a good friend of mine. A great mentor when I was bowling. Anyway, so because of that, bowling ball companies got into a race to the bottom. Who can make the biggest hook and ball on the market? And then what wound up happening was, I want to say about 10, 12 years ago, they put rules in place. So the core of the ball and the hardness of the ball had to meet a certain standard. If it didn't meet that standard, it would not be approved and you couldn't use it in league play or whatever. So what's my opinion of it? You can't stop innovation. You cannot stop innovation. We're going to Mars, y'all. That's going to happen. We can't even get back to the moon yet, but we're going to Mars. Don't get me started on the moon. All right, Hustling Buddha. Got a request right now. 92 miles for $76, 2.5 hours. Oh, boy. Yeah, I know, Ryan. I saw that, the Audi. Listen, don't hate me, sir. Counting Tom, Preach Vinny. Hey, Gigwise, what's popping? Belong to the Common Sense Party. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just call it square. That's all I'm asking. And I have to hold myself accountable too. I saw that somewhere. Who the hell? Somebody said that. Oh, it was a Democrat who said that. Oh, we must hold people accountable. I said a Democrat said that. Get the out of here. Grigwise, Diamond Hands. That bro, keep riding it. Riding it. Ryan's like, man, I love it because we put up with their stupid investigations for 4 years. Now the tables have turned. Here's the big difference, though, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. It don't mean nothing. Not financial advice. In my opinion, Trump's going way beyond that because he's got nothing to lose. They've already tried to kill him 3 times. They've impeached him to death. They've brought every lawsuit imaginable. Now it's coming back around and coming at him, right? Letitia James out of New York, she's in trouble. They're going after her. Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, going after her, right? Eric Adams, they were going after him. But see, Eric Adams, and I don't like Eric Adams. I ain't going to lie. Because Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, he's like a sheet in the wind. Whichever way that wind is blowing is the way he's going. When he first ran for mayor, I thought he was going to be a good moderate. And then you can see he was pressured in and he went right. Then he got in bed with Trump. Now he's left. What the hell is going on here, bro? Give me a second here. Jesus Christ. I don't want to set up for boost. Swift is up. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. Oh, Christ almighty. 10 o'clock. Anyway, what was we talking about? I forgot what we was talking about. Oh, no, I forgot. Anyway, see, that's what happened. Hustling Buddha, boycott Tesla. Yeah, it ain't going to happen, bro. Ain't going to happen. Anheuser-Busch still hurting from all of that stuff. Yeah, bro. Let's see. Buddha says, it's because we are so divided, Vinny. You know that. But why are we divided is the question. And maybe we'll talk about that Thursday on Coffee with Kuzz, because I'm going to be back Thursday. I'm trying to focus in twice a week here on this. Right? We'll be back on Thursday. Buddha. Elon is the president, Vinny. You know it. Yeah, I see you laughing. Bro. Y'all think Elon's the president. Elon is not the president. Stop it. Stop it. I saw in the news a small grocery store in New York selling eggs 3 for $2. Bro, you know what? I used to smoke Newport. I was a Newport smoker. Let's see. It'll be April 5th of this year. We're in 2025, right? April 5th of this year, it'll be 10 years since I quit smoking. 10 years. Not vaping. I haven't vaped since I had my heart attack, so we're done vaping now almost 2 years. But anyway, look at this. Look at this. I should be trading right now. I should be trading this. Look at this. So just real quick, y'all, just hang in here for a minute with me. Remember we said, here, get this out of here. We don't need that. Remember we set our opening range, right? 5-minute, here's a 9:30 bell. Here's the opening high of the 5-minute candle, low of the 5-minute candle right here. I'll bring this over here so y'all can see it, right? And this was the high right here, right? So that's our opening range. So the way I normally trade in the mornings is break and retest, right? So we sat in this range. We broke below the 5-minute candle, came down. Probably I wouldn't have taken the trail this yellow line because this yellow line is an hourly support resistance. I might have taken that, but I doubt it. But you see, it came all the way back up to test that lower end of the opening orb, opening range bound, right? And then whoop, right back down. So here would have been the trade, and we'd be making some money right now, pushing towards This, well, it's going to go down here. Let's see that 15-minute there. There's a reason why I've got that there. Yep, nope, we don't need that. We can get rid of that. I'm always looking back, guys. If you ever want to learn how to read a chart, always remember you're looking back. Look to the left. You want to know where the price has been and what it's done. All right. So, yeah, we'll be pushing down towards this 22, 110.75. Now, this trade here was up at 223. If it can get down here to 110, I mean, there you go, 110-point move. You make plenty of money there. You can do it. Anyway, DJ Energy, I appreciate you. Eric Adams flipped. Yeah, he's out for Eric Adams now. Well, we're going to see. We're going to see because now the DOJ is talking about dropping the charges against Eric Adams. I don't know. New York is a mess, bro. They used to be the mecca of this country. They made songs. Songs. I'm on a New York state of mind. You know, songs. And yet, New York is just a hot mess. Or was the perception of New York, which was always a dirty city. I'm talking about New York City now. It was always a dirty city. And it had no choice. It wasn't like the city tried to be dirty. But, you know, and this is just my own opinion. Y'all from New York don't hate on me too much. But if you got to put your garbage on the sidewalk right next to the restaurant, I don't know if I'm eating at that restaurant. I'm just saying. Y'all want to clean up the city? Get the sanitation going, bro. Get the sanitation going. I'm just saying. Get the sanitation going. Let's see. Good for you. I'll give up the smokes one of these days. Gigwise. Here is my opinion. Again, this is all my opinion, right? But here's my opinion on addiction to those types of things. Whether it's Coca-Cola, vaping, smoking, drinking. Because when I was in the military, I drank a little bit. It's not when you externally decide to give it up. It's when you subconsciously decide to give it up. In other words, there is something deeper. Okay, I'm going there. I'm going there, y'all. I'm going there. There's something deeper that says, okay, that's enough. The week before I had my heart attack, I had gave up vaping. I had enough. I wasn't even vaping nicotine. I was just vaping the juice. I didn't feel anything physically. I just had enough. I gave it up. A week later, I had the heart attack. Now, that could be divine intervention. That could be God looking out for me because Lord knows, thank you, Lord, you've been looking out for me all my life. Anyway, it's a subconscious thing. It's a subconscious thing. It's just like when you work a job, right? And I know it's a lot of y'all out there like this. I was like this. You work a job over and over and over and over again, and you know, and you just it gets to a point where I can't do this no more. And you just say, screw it, I can't do this no more. Like right now, that's how I feel with Lyft. After looking at what David Risher said last week on his tweet, on his Twitter page, they're laughing at us. Lyft is laughing at drivers. Top to bottom, front to back, left to right, upside down, and back at you again. They are laughing at us. They're laughing at us because they cut the shit. And this is what pisses me off with Bill Ackman right now, right? They absolutely cut us up. We got families to feed. We got bills to pay. We got to maintain them damn things out there. But we don't matter. I keep saying this. And yet, Risher last week, I stopped a couple weeks ago. I stopped I was driving down the street and I saw some guys waving a Trump flag. And so I wanted to understand what their thinking was. So I stopped and I had a conversation. And although we are a divided nation, well, Risher, you helped divide the fucking nation. You did that. You are part of the fucking problem. You come from a culture that is hell-bent on beating the shit out of the little guy. And because that's your way of thinking, You go last week after earnings, we had our best year ever. Your drivers have had their worst year ever, except for the new guys. The guys that's never driven above Lift Basic. To them, it's the same money. Because I don't know how much lower they can take that. But if you were a Lux driver, if you were a Lift Black driver, if you're a Lift Black SUV driver, you have been getting poked in your ass for the last 2 years since this guy took over. But hey, I just want to thank the Lyft team for record-smashing profits. I want to thank the Lyft team for record-smashing rides. I want to thank the Lyft team because we get to the pickup quicker than the other guy. He didn't one time thank the fucking drivers for taking the pay cuts so that he could look good. You see, this is the problem with these idiots. They're so out of fucking touch for whatever reason. Listen, and yet I'm going to bring this right back to Elon. Elon comes from shit. He comes from no money. Well, I can't say he had no money. They had money over there. When he got here, he struggled, lived in an apartment with roommates, the whole 9 yards. I can't say that he didn't have money, but he didn't have Trump money, right? He didn't have Dara Khashoggi money. Y'all know Dara comes from a silver spoon, right? When they migrated out of Iran, escaped Iran, his family was into the pharmaceutical industry, if I remember correct. I could be wrong. Somebody fact check me. But he was a silver spoon. Went to the best fucking schools the country had to offer. I had no shot at Harvard. I was smart enough, but I didn't have that pedigree. Definitely was smart enough. Now, retired Uber driver. My coffee's getting cold. Let's get into some of this here. Sorry, bro. You can always do some short options trading on Tesla stock, bro. You can swing. You can trade Tesla, Nvidia. If you're into trading options, my opinion only, not financial advice, but if you're into trading options, Nvidia and Tesla, probably the best two stock because they're always volatile. And where you have volatility, you got price action. Where you got price action, you got opportunity. This is why I moved into the futures market because, not only to build my portfolio back up and try to start making some money again, it's a hell of a challenge. It's a hell of a challenge for me. Melvin, what's popping? Listen, if y'all don't know, now y'all know Melvin, car dealer, car salesman, and not a shyster. Melvin doesn't talk like this. Every time he wants to sell a car, he doesn't tell you, I can get you, like them fake ass, what do they call them? The fake translators for folks that can't hear. I forget what they call those people. Like Gavin Newsom wants to talk like this. And Hakeem Jeffries, I think, what them two remind me of? Former President Obama must have a class. And this is how you get people to listen to you. You throw one hand this way while you throw this hand and they're not looking. That's what they do. Fucking bums, all three of them. MBU, what's going on? 150-year-olds claim Social Security. If there is value missing on an input, the date standard goes to May 20, 1875. It's an old program system. COBOL, yep. A system that Doge geeks are not familiar with. I agree. Okay, that's fine. So they have to update it up. They got to update the systems. So we can see that's the problem. But that's the fucking problem. They still have Defense Department programs running on something from 1960 when we all know this thing here has more computing power than the goddamn the entire Apollo program, space program put together. And all this money, but you know what happens when you don't update the systems? Falls by the crack. I read somewhere on Twitter this morning, and I'm waiting to see, I'm following the thread. Listen, MBU, did you know they found some line items, $4.7 trillion in payments that can't be traced? And that's the issue. So MBU, I agree. Important to fact check. Don't believe everything you hear. I don't. I am definitely not that guy. But if I see it, and depending on the source, I got to give it credit. I give it credit based on the source, not necessarily that the entire tweet or data point might be real. Weezone, what's up, Kyle? Really disappointing with Ackman. You know, I don't know how I feel about it because him and at Jason, everybody knows at Jason on Twitter also, right? He's another one. He's another Eric Adams. He's that sheet on the clothesline outside. Whichever way that wind is blowing is the way he's going to go, because Jason is more of a, I want to catch the trend and exploit it. I want to catch the trend and exploit it. And so I kind of got away from Jason. But Bill Ackman, interesting guy in the sense of, if y'all don't know who Bill Ackman is, he's obviously a multi-billionaire. He made a statement that he's all in on Uber and loves the way DK is running it, and he's calmed the chaos and looking forward to long term. Now, was he selling Uber to the general public because they have such a large and substantial share of Uber? All the in the stock. Because remember, misdirection is what they do. They show you one thing and get you another way. Or does he genuinely not realize that the only reason you got the hocus pocus, I give Sergio credit for the hocus pocus, you got the fuzzy math going on the P&Ls, that, he's not seeing it. Maybe like MBU just called me out for fact checking. Maybe he's not fact checking the numbers that he's seeing. Does he dig deep into the numbers, or does he depend on one of his assistants or one of his young analysts to see the number? Because remember, I explained to y'all last week or 2 weeks ago, all right, they're a high risk stock. Uber is considered a very high risk stock based on their P to E ratio. Very high risk. Normal P to E risk ratio would be anywhere between 20 and 25. Uber comes in at 32 plus. Just saying. Let's see. Accounting Tom, we know they don't care. That's why they get our money and bounce. Hey, bro, get your money and bounce, homie. Silver Fox, what up from LA, bro? What up from LA? Get your money and bounce, and be careful out there. Okay. For those that don't know, you can make profits whether the stock price is going up or down, calls inputs, and you can also lose your money pretty quick. Yes, you make money. This is why I don't have a bias. When I look at the market, and you watch a lot of gurus and whatever, I don't care which way the market goes. This is why I don't trade until I see what this opening range is doing, right? I need to see this opening range, and this opening range is going to determine my bias. Now, can I go back and look at an hourly chart like this? Let's get all that out of the way. Can I make a determination which way the ebb and flow of the market's going? Yeah, we can see. Look, this is on an hourly chart. NQ, look at that. It's trending up. It's trending up. But I can't buy it down here and hold it all the way up here. I get stopped out. It's not the way evaluations work. You only have so much money drawdown that you can have. But we can go back. Let me get rid of this too. Let me get rid of the pivots out of there. No distractions. Let's go back to the daily chart. Market's going up. Market always goes up. Look, market's going up. But this is a daily chart. What I'm concerned with here right now is I'm concerned with the short term, right? Because I'm a day trader. That's what I aspire to be. I have investments. The investments are doing their job. Tesla's doing its job. Nvidia's doing its job. Bitcoin is doing its job, right? That's the investment. But here I'm looking to make money, bro. And so we look at the story it's telling me. And right now, the story is telling me that there is a very strong possibility that NQ will come down here 22,110 and bounce back up. That's what the story is telling me. I don't know. We're going to see. With options, the beautiful thing about options, what got me attracted to, and listen, I don't do any of that fuzzy or funny stuff. I'm not doing iron eagles and spreads and all that. Nah, listen, that's Too much bullshit for me. I'm just a dumbass retired Uber driver. Cash secured calls, cash secured puts. Whatever option I buy, that's the most I will lose. If I buy $100 option, call or put, if I buy $100 option, that's the most I can lose on that option. So now, my earning potential, obviously, and your loss potential is based on the underlying asset, which might be Tesla, might be NVIDIA, might be SPY, the S&P, whatever it is you're trading. But the beautiful thing about the option is whatever I spend, that's the most I can lose. No leverage. Listen, it's a cash account. I don't have a margin account. I don't want to deal with a margin account because all it takes is one bad trade and your ass is, you're done. They own your house. Screw that shit. Anyway, let me keep it going here. Man, I am talking up a storm today. We're at the 51-minute mark. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. With y'all. We used to do live options trading on my original YouTube channel. It was fun. Bro, and there's money to be made. If you can focus in on it, there's money to be made. Yeah. Let's see. What's up with all the plane crash? Bro, another one did y'all see that plane crash yesterday in Toronto? Where it was a regional jet. Was it a Delta flight? You know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Plane crash. Was that a Delta regional flight out of Minneapolis? Yeah, Delta flight out of Minneapolis. Here, let me bring that up real quick. There we go. Boom. What we know about the Toronto plane crash. All 80 people on board the Delta flight from Minneapolis clambered out of the plane with 18 suffering injuries. Look at it. It's upside down. For whatever reason, it's upside down, right? Delta Airlines passenger jet made a dramatic crash landing at Toronto Pearson. All 80 people, man, how lucky is that, bro? How lucky is that? 80 people on that flight, all 80 of them escaped with their lives. Wow. Wow. All right, let's see. Drifting snow. So you got 76 passengers plus the crew. The plane was a Bombardier jet. I don't think that matters. It's just, to me, it blows my mind. And this is the beauty of, and this is why we have some issues, as my buddy Buddha would say, and MBU would say, why you got to fact check everything. It's amazing to me that now the speed at which we get the information. And that's why it's so easy. This is why I said in the beginning when I was talking about Twitter, when Elon bought Twitter, now you got both megaphones coming at you, not just one. And so you really have to pay attention to what's being said. 100%. Anyway, we are getting close, y'all. We are at the 53-minute mark. I have not taken a trade today. I didn't trade yesterday at all. Well, I didn't trade yesterday morning. I was tired and I didn't see anything. And I didn't trade, but I did trade last night when I got home. I took a small position on M&Q. A couple of contracts, wound up making like $74, $75 on the contracts. At night, the market's really slow. Not a lot of liquidity. So while you can see the market, a futures market now I'm talking about, while you can see the market develop, you can get rug pulled real quick too, because the volume's so low. If you've got 5 contracts traded on your time frame, whether it's 1 minute, 2 minute, 10 minute, whatever, and somebody comes in and buys 10 contracts, whoop, you get rug pulled real quick. Got to be careful. But you can see it set up, and you can learn a lot more. It's a much slower version of what we're in now, the New York session, because the New York session is the hot session. So anyway, nobody traded yesterday. No, Weasel. There's a lot of people traded yesterday. It was a half a day, bro. Eddie, I think he said he had about a $600 profit yesterday. I was just worn out. And when I went back and looked at it, so I saw yesterday. Here, we'll look at yesterday. Let's look at yesterday. Let's see, that's 1,800. So let's look at yesterday. Let's look at yesterday's market right here. I'm going to open this up for you guys. All right, let's go to 9:30. Here's the market, 9:30. Right, so here's yesterday all day. Right, between these yellow lines. Let me get Weezoom's comment out of there. So here's yesterday's market all day. So here's your 5-minute range. Hold on a minute. Oh, right there. Okay. I'm going to set this up. Even though I've already gotten rid of this, I'm going to set this up for Weasel. Boom. That's the red. We're going to turn that green because we always have our 5-minute range in to start the day. Always. Right? We're going to turn that red. Okay. So we got our 5-minute range in here, right? Now we're going to break it back down to the 1-minute chart because that's how I trade. Now I want you to pay attention to this right here, Weasel. God damn it. Where am I at here? There we go. Sorry, the charts move like this, guys. This is what happens when you change time frames all the time. So look what happened here. Right? This was the opening range. We had that drop, low volume. We bottomed out right here. We found the bottom right there. And then we started this nice, slow melt up all the way there. Look at that. It depends on how you wanted to do it, right? You could have played this melt up to here, which broke, it retested under the opening range orb, right? Broke back into that range, retested, bounced, and then started crawling up. You could have traded all this in here. This is a nice trade in here. That's a nice trade. Then it kind of retested a little bit here. And there were trades, right? All the way up until 1 o'clock. What was it, 1 o'clock? Yeah, 1 o'clock. You could have traded this. I was just too tired to see it. Didn't feel like messing with it. So to me, yeah, you could have traded that. When you're a day trader, you're looking for short-term opportunity. That's all you're looking for. You're not looking for anything else. Just looking for short-term opportunity. It's not for everybody. It's not for the weak of heart. And, they say 99% of day traders lose money. Well, let me tell you something, bro. It's a whole lot of day traders out there making a shit ton of money too. So y'all can sit here and say this is bad and that's bad. And a lot of Uber drivers losing money. A lot of traders that work Wall Street are losing money. How many of them Wall Street traders we see go off the side of a building? I'm just saying. You get good at what you get good at. What works for you might not work for me. What works for me might not work for you. And I wish people would be honest about that. They're not honest about it. That's the problem. They're not honest. People get so locked in that their way is the only way, that they run around with blinders and they can't see shit. I don't have blinders on. I'm too old. Too old. Well, you see, now gig-wise, now you're talking a whole different animal. Now you're bringing me back to why I am still leasing my Tesla. Because you know what my write-off was for last year with the Tesla? $26,000. I ain't paying the IRS shit this year. Not a goddamn thing. I'm keeping it. What was the name of that movie? The Riddick, where you keep what you kill. Yes, Lord. That's how the rich stay rich. Y'all remember when Trump said that, right? When Trump and Hillary Clinton were running for president their first term, and she said, "Oh, he exploits all the tax loopholes. He doesn't pay any tax." And what did Trump turn around and say? Well, I'm just playing in the mud that y'all developed, but you won't change it. You won't change those tax loopholes because all your donors are using those loopholes. You see what I mean? Could bring that all the way back to Elon, bro. Elon ain't doing nothing but fighting for what he feels is right. I got people around me that they tend to think Uber is the greatest thing since sliced bread. They're still new. They don't know no better. But and that's okay that they feel that way. It's awesome that they feel that way. I don't feel that way. I feel like you do what you got to do until it comes time to do what you're meant to do. Uber can provide you with short-term financial relief. And in some cases, Uber is still a better way to make money. I won't say it's not. When the field is fair, when the playing field is fair, Uber can make you money. If you guys are not following the Tesla Rideshare channel, I'd appreciate you going over there and give it a follow. Because the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been doing just a weekend vlog for Tesla Rideshare, Saturday and Sunday. I got a goal every weekend. I'm trying to make $500 gross for my friends in LA. $500 gross. If I can do $500 gross on Saturday and Sunday, I consider it a good weekend. Because you know why? That $500 gross covers my car payment. So if I can cover that car payment in 2 days, then Monday through Friday is a separate week for me. Monday through Friday is 1 week. Saturday and Sunday is another week. So if I can cover that car payment in 2 days, then whatever I do the other 5 days is profit. People don't think. They're so quick to judge and so quick to say, oh, you're doing it wrong. Am I? Because not only am I covering my car payment and insurance, don't forget the insurance is in that car payment. Not only am I covering that, I show you guys my expenses on the day, which would include any drink, any food, all my charging, all of that's included in there, right? So I'm showing you what it costs to operate the Tesla the way I do it, not the other way around. Where a lot of guys will tell you how much money they make, but they're not showing you their expenses. A lot of guys will tell you how much they're making, but they're not showing you the proof. I'm going to show you the proof. I show receipts. I show screenshots. I show it all. And that's not to say I'm doing it the right way. I'm just saying it's what I'm doing. So y'all make sure y'all go over to Tesla Rideshare and give it a like. I'll put it in the description a little later. This channel now, and we're about done here because we're a little over an hour. And we're almost done with the coffee. You can see coffee's almost done. I can't even show you. Y'all know the rules, right? Once the coffee's done, I'm done. This is Vinny Kuzz Reloaded, bro. That's what we're doing. We're going to talk news. I'm going to have news articles on here. Anything you guys want to talk about, we can talk about. This isn't just my show. It just happens to be Coffee with Kuzz. But we can talk about whatever. I'm all in it. I am all in it. Morning, Kristen. What's going on? What software are you using? WeZoom, GigWise. I'm in TradingView because TradingView I can link into my TraderVate account. So whatever I do, I can trade on TradingView, and it'll execute on my TraderVate account. Yep, Kristen. Good morning. Good morning. My mileage was a higher deduction. That's awesome, Silver Fox. That's great. That's what works for you. That's why I love you for it. It's what works for you. Getting a free car there, Vinny. Basically, I would if I had cash like that. Let's see. He'll try. Let's see. He'll try to put overpayment on your utilities and give yourself a few months without having to pay the bill. I'm not sure what Accounting Tom is talking about. Highlander costs $13.50 a month. Car fuel and insurance. Yeah, that's awesome. That's why I say what works for me might not work for you, and what's working for you might not work for me. I burned up a car already so that Dara can take $136 million withdrawal, stock options withdrawal. Think about it that way. I've already burned up a car with about a 70% benefit to me from the IRS, because remember, the taxes are not geared to help us. Taxes are geared to help them, not us. You got to remember that. Got to remember that. There is not a damn thing these politicians do, either side of the aisle, that are geared to help us. All they want from us is whatever in the hell they can get out of here. Don't get sick. Don't get sick. My guy Trent, Black Card Trent, and I'd appreciate if y'all say a prayer for him. My guy Trent, going through a lot of ailments right now. He's sick, man. He's sick. And it breaks my heart, because here's a retired Border Patrol agent who has now have an onslaught of medical bills. This man he's good financially. He's checked all the boxes. He's done everything they tell him to do. He's done everything they tell him to do. And now he's getting killed in medical bills. And he has insurance. He has insurance. I don't even want to get into the bullshit of the insurance, but he has insurance. So I had to ask him the other day. I said, bro, you're a Border Patrol. You don't qualify through the VA? He said, no, because it's not military. And, that boggles my mind. Because Border Patrol, to me, I would have considered that. I really thought that was part of the military. Coast Guard is. What's the difference? What's the difference between Border Patrol and Coast Guard? They both perform the same task. One does it on the water. One does it on land. Anyway, he doesn't qualify. But you know what? Under Joe Biden, nobody fucking qualified unless you went to the VA. Because if you went someplace else outside of the VA, you got stuck and fucked like I did. So I don't want to really fucking hear. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Went off on a little tirade there. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't really mean to say that. Okay, Accounting Tom will explain it to me on Wednesday night. That's tomorrow night, y'all. Don't forget Rideshare Garage. Although, listen, somebody says we complain too much on the garage. Then don't fucking watch. Go back to where it's all sunshine and rainbows. We're not here to motivate people in the garage. We're here to tell the truth, chop it up, have a good time, explain to you how we're making our money. And if that doesn't work for you, I can't help you. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube. There's always another gig tuber somewhere blowing smoke up your ass. I'm not going to blow the smoke up your ass. I'm not going to be mean about it, but I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass either. Black Car is certainly exactly, bro. Silver Fox. Exactly, bro. It's in a tough spot, man. Tough fucking spot. I can't do nothing to help him, but I can love him. I can pray for him. And I'm hoping you guys do as well. All right, listen, we're going to wrap this shit up for today, because I'm starting to get a little too preachy. Anyway, appreciate y'all coming on the Coffee with Kuzz. You guys motivate me to want to come and do this stuff. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it or not, but it's letting me get some stuff off my chest, which is cool. One day I'm going to take a trade with you guys on. I'm going to take a trade. I'm going to do it. But right now, I'm going to go do this over here. I'm going to go grab some water. I'm a little hot. Tom has got me hot. He likes my rants. Anyway, listen, y'all. I see y'all tomorrow night. Rideshare Garage. Make sure you give a thumbs up, like on this stream if you were okay with it, so I know to do more. If not, hey, man, stay strong. Stand on your beliefs. If you think it was better with the last guy, stand on that. I got no problem with that. Hell, we can have a debate and still love each other afterwards. That's the beauty of our country. We can disagree and still be cool. Y'all need to remember that. Y'all ain't got to like what I'm saying. I ain't got to like what you're saying. But we can still be cool. And with that, I'm out. We'll see y'all next time. Make that money, y'all. Peace out.